Did you know that you can get almost the same results working out at home as you can in a gym? In fact, you don't need a gym membership to build a powerful muscular body. In this video, I'm going to show you how to transform your physique using just calisthenics. No machines and barely any equipment. Whether you're training at home, in a park, or anywhere in between, this is how real strength is built. But first, let's talk about why calisthenics works. It comes down to three key things: muscle tension, progressive overload, and full body control. When you do bodyweight movements like push-ups or pull-ups, your muscles stay under constant tension, especially when you move slowly or pause at tough points. That tension triggers growth, just like lifting weights. Now, a common myth is that you can't progress with body weight alone, but that's simply not true. In calisthenics, progressive overload happens in many ways: increasing reps, slowing down the tempo, improving your form, or moving to harder variations like archer push-ups or one-arm pull-ups. You can even add external weight if needed. There are actually a lot of ways to keep progressing in calisthenics, and I'll break them down later in the video. What makes calisthenics really stand out is how it builds control, not just muscle. You're not just pushing weight, you're learning to move your whole body with strength and precision. This control allows you to do incredible calisthenics skills due to the strength-to-weight ratio. Now you know why it works. Let's talk about the foundational exercises. When choosing exercises, it's important to focus first on compound movements, especially as a beginner. Exercises like pull-ups, chin-ups, push-ups, dips, and squats will help you build the muscle and strength needed at first so you can progress to harder exercises later on. These exercises will also help you build a high strength-to-weight ratio, meaning it will make it easier to learn multiple calisthenics skills and movements. The compound movements I mentioned work just as good as gym movements, if not even better. Pull-ups are a good replacement for lat pull-down, push-ups are a good replacement for bench press, squats are a good replacement for leg extension, and so on. These compound exercises will be responsible for most of your muscle and strength gain, but to ensure you target all the muscles equally, adding one isolation exercise to each muscle is a great approach. And it might be adding rows with your pull-ups, decline push-ups with your dips, or lunges with your squats. This ensures you target the muscles neglected in the compound movements. Adding one isolation exercise is enough for growth, as long as the intensity is high. But without progressive overload, the muscle and strength gained from these exercises would be limited. That's why I'll talk about progression strategy next. But first, if you're serious about building real strength with calisthenics, hit subscribe and like this video. I drop new videos weekly to help you progress faster and smarter. Once you mastered the foundations, it's time to take progression to the next level. Now, there is a lot of ways to actually progress in calisthenics. And of course, I'm not going to mention them all, but I'm going to talk about the most important. After you master the foundations, you can choose one of the three ways to progress. You can either start high reps calisthenics, meaning that you continue doing the same foundational exercises, but this time for higher rep range between 20 to 50 reps and so on. Or you can start weighted calisthenics, in which you also continue doing the same exercises, but this time by adding extra weight, preferably using dip belt. And finally, you can start learning skills from easy to advanced, as skills also serve as a progression method. High-rep calisthenics builds endurance and muscle definition. If you're someone who loves volume and pushing your limits with body weight alone, this path will get you lean, shredded, and incredibly resilient. Weighted calisthenics, on the other hand, is where serious strength and muscle mass come into play. Adding weight to your dips, pull-ups, and push-ups turns basic moves into powerful compound lifts. It's like the body weight version of powerlifting, and it's insanely effective. Then there's skill training, things like muscle-ups, handstands, levers, and planche progressions. This path focuses more on control, balance, and full body tension. It's not just about looking strong, it's about moving like an athlete. You can even combine these methods over time. For example, build a strength base with weighted dips, add in high-rep push-ups for volume, and finish with some static holds for control. Once you choose your progression method, you should aim each to work out to either do one more rep, set, or increase weight to ensure long-term progress. Progressive overload can work even better if you have a workout plan that focuses on frequency, which I'll talk about next. Now, the only thing left is to make a full weekly plan to incorporate everything you learned in this video. To build more strength and muscle, increasing your training frequency to 2 to 3 times a week is a must. But the problem is that many lifters increase frequency but don't take rest and recovery into consideration. And one of the most efficient splits is the push-pull leg split, in which you train each muscle twice a week while also allowing for good recovery between same muscle groups. Upper-lower split is also a good option as long as you don't add too many exercises and ruin your progress. The key is to keep your workouts focused and manageable. 4 to 6 exercises per session is enough if you're pushing with proper intensity. Prioritize quality over quantity. And always listen to your body. If you're sore or fatigued, adjust the intensity or take an extra rest day. Over time, your body adapts to the volume and frequency, allowing you to push harder and grow stronger. Recovery and diet tips. Recovery and diet are just as important as training, if not more. Without proper rest and fuel, your body simply can't grow. Make sure you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep every night to allow your muscles to recover and rebuild. When it comes to diet, focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods. You want a balanced intake of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. Protein is especially key for muscle repair. Aim for around 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Don't overcomplicate it. Lean meats, eggs, legumes, oats, rice, fruits, and vegetables can get you far. And of course, stay hydrated. Even being slightly dehydrated can hurt your performance and recovery. Treat your body like an athlete's. Train hard, rest well, eat smart. Calisthenics works because it builds real, functional strength using just your body. When you focus on the basics, like push-ups, dips, and pull-ups, you build a solid foundation. From there, it's all about progressing smart, whether that's high reps, adding weight, or learning new skills. But none of that matters if you're not consistent. That's where a solid weekly plan comes in, with the right balance of training and recovery. And of course, you need to fuel your body right. Good food and enough rest make all the difference. So if you follow these steps, stay focused, and give it time, you'll absolutely build a strong, muscular body without ever stepping foot in a gym. If you want a detailed guide about high-reps calisthenics, I made a video telling you everything you need to know about starting and progressing, from how to get started to implementing it into your routine and even common mistakes. So make sure to watch it.